You've been dating her for a few months and things are looking more than good. In fact, they're looking great. You're thinking to yourself, I think I can finally do it. What are we talking about? We're talking about meeting her family. In fact, it's around the corner. You get there. Family is welcoming, right? They can't wait. They've heard a lot about you. But as you're looking through the different family members, there's one question that keeps on coming to your mind. You're like, where are the men? And no, you don't mean the brother that she introduced you to and the nephews. You're wondering, where are these women's men? Every sister is single. Every aunt is single. Mother is single. And the question I have for you, gentlemen, is what are you doing in this situation? People think that men don't think about these things, but they do. They notice. What are you doing in this situation? Does it matter to you? If it doesn't, I'm curious to know why, right? If it does, I also want to know why. Here's what sparked this whole discussion. We're going to hear a lot of opinions from a lot of people. Let's check it out.
Fellas, if you dating a girl and you finally decide to go around her family and ain't nothing but women, that's your sign to run. Okay? Her mama don't got no man. Her grandma don't got no man. Her great grandma don't got no man. The aunties don't got no man. The friends don't got no man. Nobody, the guy's sister don't got no man. The best friends don't got no man. Ain't nothing but women. Run. Don't stick around and get her pregnant because them women got mouths on them. Don't no men want to be bothered with them. Nobody got no man. Why would you stay? Your fault, goofy.
So the advice she's giving is, listen, if you're in this situation, you need to run fast, not slow. Run quickly. And then the question for people who may be opposed to her stance is like, why do you care? Why do you care? You're not marrying her sisters or her aunts, but in a sense, you kind of are bringing those families closer together, right? They become extended relatives. And while I think that people should not be involved in your marriage, outside family, people shouldn't have much say so about what the final decision is, and they should be cautious about trying to control your marriage. There is this thing, though, of sound advice and wisdom. Somebody has to give it at some point, and you definitely don't want it from a bunch of people who have zero experience on actually being in a healthy marriage. But let's check out some of these comments, what the people have to say. Top comment here says, no man, but babies everywhere. This person says, you walk in and see no man but a bunch of babies. Yeah, that's a problem. Somebody else here added exactly. Here's another person who says, literally red flags, man, run. Somebody else here says down the line of this comment thread, I thought it was a two-person job. You're blaming the person who actually took accountability by raising the child they made. I'm confused. We're not getting into that. We're not drinking that coffee right now. Somebody else here says single women keep women single. Somebody else who says 3 to 4 generations of baby mamas. And she responded back with shaking my head. So this comment was interesting. This chick here says Jill Scott's ex-husband left her because of this. I didn't know this. And so did this guy who said, you serious? With the laughing emoji, she responded back and says, yes. He said it was nothing but women in her family and no one had a husband and they were always in their business trying to run their household. And listen, as somebody who, when I'm in doubt, I like to lean on the Bible. I know it says a man should leave his father and mother and go unite with his wife. They create their own unit, their own government, their own structure, which you may disagree with. But the great thing is it's not your marriage, so you shouldn't worry about it. Somebody else here added, as a man who grew up in one of those families, run. Somebody else here says, I grew up in a house like this. They give the worst advice. Not really surprising, though. You really surprised that a bunch of chicks who've never been married give bad marriage advice? It's not surprising. It's not surprising. Because, guys, I've said plenty of times that I have no problem with people who've never been married giving relationship advice. But when you come to getting advice for specific goals, as in to marry and what marriage looks like, you can learn from people who've failed and been in it, and they can give you some advice of what they wish they did differently. You can learn from people who've actually experienced it and are still married. But it's very difficult to get good advice specifically about marriage and the practice of actually being in marriage, not choosing or recognizing a wife, but the struggles that come with that are highly nuanced from somebody who's not actually participating in that. So I'm not surprised by the fact that they give the worst advice at all. So this woman's video wasn't the only one. I also saw this post on the Shade Room that says, I stopped dating a girl because no woman in her family had a man. So of course, now we're probably going to see different perspectives from a platform that's filled with a bunch of modern women. Let's keep it real. This top comment says, I'm going to stop talking to men who ain't got no daddy in their life too. Now, how that correlates, I don't understand, right? We got a guy here who says, bogus. Can we normalize loving women again versus looking for reasons not to? Oh my goodness. Over here, pandering the hardest he can. Pandering the hardest he can, ready to fight them all. Let's see, what else do we have? Somebody else who says, and they're all giving your lady relationship advice. That's a fact. That's the problem. I think that's the problem with the whole thing, right? If it was a situation where you'd be assured that they would have nothing to say, then most men would be like, oh, okay, whatever. And by the way, I don't think that there aren't women out here, because here's the sad reality of all this, is there is a woman out there who woke up one day and said, you know what? I'm going to try some coffee. I'm going to try to improve my life. I'm going to do better than what I've seen. And I'm going to go find any type of male guidance I can, maybe in a therapist or a pastor, any man who's not trying to get into my pants. And I want to know what men think, what they want, what they're looking for, what they're attracted to. Because unlike modern women, men will usually keep it real when they're not trying to get in your pants. Now, I can't promise you when it comes to the guy who's been leading you on for the past who knows how long, he's probably lying to you the best he can so he can continue to get access to your body. And what I mean is that, like, that chick who eventually gets to the point where she wants to do things differently, she may be faced with this challenge of, okay, how am I different from the rest? The only thing I can do is show you the best that I can, right? How am I different from what you've seen in my family? Somebody else here says, I promise you this is more valid than y'all may think. They're never seen or being taught what a relationship takes or endures. Instead, they will consistently tell you how to be a good man while comparing you to the advice of lonely, bitter women. This is very, very true. Here's somebody else who says, once I realize a woman isn't my future wife, I let her go. I refuse to waste her time just because she feels good to be inside. Okay. Trying to see how this relates to the topic. Here's somebody else who says, wish I could mute posts like this. Same conversation every day. You know, the reason why chicks like Tia Mac, right, Queen T, and other people don't like the relationship conversations is because they realize that both men and women are at a kind of standoff, right? You don't see men giving in anytime soon. They're holding the line. What does that mean? They're not going to be your walking wallet. They're not here to serve you. But they will, for the right woman, work very hard for the right woman and his family. They will, for the right woman, provide for. And you're going to have to earn that. And men aren't backing off anytime soon. Doesn't matter how many Netflix series they try to produce of, what was that last one we just saw? The adolescence movie. As sad as that situation was, every think piece I've seen coming from feminist chicks and women who don't drink coffee is stupid. It's dumb. They really touched the surface and found the most polarizing angle they could approach these discussions, but it's a lot deeper than that. And men just aren't fooled anymore. And if you think your sons don't need healthy, masculine guidance in this life to navigate what is going on out here, do you see what's on the screen? Then you are, unbeknownst to you, setting them up for failure.
I stopped dating a girl because no woman in her family had a man. The men on the internet literally have me flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted that you are flabbergasted.
Right.
That is absolutely a great reason to stop dating somebody. You're telling me not one person in their entire family has a successful relationship. And keep in mind, we're talking about a young lady that's more than likely going to trust the woman that's in her family, and she's going to take their advice. She's going to end up taking advice from a bunch of bitter women that don't have men of their own. That man will probably be in for hell if he stayed in that relationship in the long run. The same can be said where, as a woman, if you date a man and no men in his family has a successful relationship, they're all going to tell that man to stay single, cheat, do all kind of dumb shit, because he doesn't know what a successful relationship look like. That man made a decision based off the risk to reward factor and said it wasn't worth the risk. I think he did the right thing.
I like the perspective he has because it goes both ways. As someone who definitely grew up in a household where I saw marriage done, my parents are still married, I don't think I would have the same perspective on marriage if that wasn't the case. So you just got to be careful. You got to make sure that if you're entering that type of a relationship and you realize you may be in the situation, especially as the man, that woman, if you bring up that concern, first off, that's not an ideal situation and you definitely want to watch out for that. But if you are in that situation, if it can work, then you have to be with the type of woman that if you bring up that concern, she's not arguing with you, neither is she getting offended. She has to say, you know what? I got to be honest about what you're saying. It makes sense. Your concerns have to be taken into strong consideration, and she must avoid the pitfalls of taking horrible advice from those single women.
Those Jamaican river rafting guys are not the problem. We need to be talking about the women. I've been on the bamboo rafting excursion maybe like 3 times in my whole entire life. And I think that people really focus up on the fact that, oh yeah, well, they are, where they be trying to do this to you, they be trying to do that to you. But they only do that to you if you allow it. And I think that people miss that. And it's just like with any other man. If a man want to deal with you like that, then he's going to deal with you like that. So I don't understand why people are focusing more on the fact that these men are, running down on these women, and they not realizing that these women is coming from the U.S., coming from all other countries to come down there and get cracked open like a can of paint.
She said it. She said it, and I've thought it so many times. You guys have seen the pictures of the river rafting chicks. Every woman who goes to Jamaica, she wants that infamous photo or famous photo. Depending on how you look at it, it's a positive thing. I think if your girl is going to Jamaica and you're okay with the girls' trips and her being over there getting lathered up with the concoctions that they put on their skin. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comment section down below. But we've all seen those videos. And a lot of the times people think that those men are real handsy, touchy. And I've seen a lot of people complaining, but I haven't seen this perspective of why is it they keep going back? Could it be that some of those women, if not a good portion of them, actually go there for the sex touring that happens over there in Jamaica? That's an angle that I think is worth a discussion. I haven't seen anyone seriously address it up until now.
By a random, okay? And I'm not even mad at it because Jamaican men, they are like that. Like they are, one of the best people to get your self-esteem up there. Your self-confidence, you could look like shit. They're going to hype you up every single time. My thing is, if you don't allow it, you have a lot of respect for yourself, they will not even try you. You're going to get on that bamboo. You're going to do what you got to do as far as the excursion is concerned, and then you're going to go home safe, sound, and in peace. Okay? They are not going to do anything that that you don't want them to do. I'll say that much.
Okay, so this is what I want to say. The fact that we're even having this discussion about this comes with the service. If you want them to clap your cheeks, then they will. They will, right? You just have to make sure that you're clear on that. But if that's what you want, they will. I don't think anybody should be allowing their chick, their girlfriend, their wife, their woman out to Jamaica, river rafting, without them being present on some girls' trip. To me, that's just crazy. But I like this perspective. I like this perspective because there's never usually this type of angle being approached to this situation. Top comment here says, most of them don't even want to do it. They just want to get paid. Now, do they not want to massage the chicks, or do they not actually want to like participate in that? Somebody else who says, can't tell you how true this is from what I've heard. Whoa. So the same woman who says they don't want to do it. So now I'm realizing they're actually talking about like clapping cheeks. She says, please understand that the victims of sex tourism are not only female. Blame Westerners who exploit the power of their currency to coerce this type of activity against those in disadvantaged positions. What do you guys think of that? I don't know if I'll go as far as to call those men victims, right? Because now we're approaching things the way a lot of chicks like to do with like OnlyFans. You know, whenever an OnlyFans chick wants to get out of something she participated and wanted to do. I'm talking about the OnlyFans women who you see started the OnlyFans literally on their own will. They'll say, oh, the money was too good. The platform, it reeled me in. I don't know. But I do think this. I do think the chicks that go there, the ones that go there with the intention of giving up the cheeks, which I think is a lot of them, they get left out of this conversation. It's kind of like they're innocent victims, you know, who are getting seduced, when I just don't think that's the case. Somebody else who says, finally, a female said it. Here's somebody else who says exactly, Jamaica for women is like DR for men. Whoa. Them women not low, flying in from all over to get they shit cracked open. Yet another woman here, just keeping it real. Here's somebody else who says, most raft guys massage up to the knee. If you see full body massage, the lady 100% asked for it, and it's extra money. Y'all freaked out on vacation, then blame the men when it doesn't go your way. Somebody else who says, why nobody's scared for their health? Right. That's the detail in this whole thing. When we talk about the sexual activity that people are willing to participate in on a mass level, unprotected. We just recently were talking about another chick who smashed a guy raw, got pregnant by some dude who's now being called the Black Tinder swindler. The only thing that goes through my mind is, are you not afraid of diseases? Here's somebody else who says, sexual tourism is a thing and a lot of Caribbean countries participate. Barbados, Jamaica, Bahamas, DR. They know who want it or who look like they're going to like it. Here's somebody else who says, yeah, the grocery bag story was wild. I did see that. I'm not even going to get into that. Somebody else who says, facts, I've never had them men grope me. The man rubbed clay on my feet and calf muscle. Nothing above the knee. This is pretty good. Here's somebody else who says, so true, I'm Jamaican, and I've been on so many bamboo raft tours. No one has ever approached me like that. They actually want to talk about the nature, culture, and the hidden gems on the tours. Here's somebody else who says, they're so respectful, they will literally ask, but not go further than the women allows. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, the thing that they're most concerned about, because they're trying to make a living, right? If you disrespect somebody, then you're probably going to shorten the amount of time they probably spend with you. It makes sense. They're more focused on their business. Otherwise, it wouldn't be something that's consistent and there'll be more problems. They're more focused on making money, as they should be, because it's a business and it's a service. And they also probably work on tips. And so doing something that would cross the line in that situation is probably not something that they want. Now, are there some men out there who do? Yes, probably. Do we talk about that often? We do. Do we ever address this? Nah, not many times is this angle actually addressed, which I believe is an angle that should be addressed, right? All right, moving on.
Who comes first in a woman's life? Dad, husband, baby daddy, or son?
Son? I'm a baby daddy. Son? I would hope your son.
Am I the only one who thinks the fact that baby daddy's included in this conversation is just plain out disrespectful? Plain out disrespectful. And you'd only understand this if you actually are a husband. Like, imagine somebody asking, does the baby daddy come first or you? What a disrespectful question to ask, right? If you're somebody who married somebody who's a single mother, that would be to me. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not in that position, but I would think that that would be extremely disrespectful to even include that in the conversation as to who comes first to my woman.
Yes,
I will hope
definitely
your
son.
child.
Definitely son.
Yeah.
Okay.
First,
Yeah.
first is your dad.
What?
I will hope your son.
Yes, definitely
I will hope your
son.
child.
Definitely son.
Yeah.
Okay.
First,
Yeah.
first is your dad. Then you get husband. Then once you have the son, it's the son.
That
Okay.
takes precedence. Yeah.
And the other stuff is out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
other
that's
stuff's
that's
out.
the life order.
Yeah.
Song number
gotcha.
2 is
Once you have that
husband.
son, it's it.
Yeah. Depending on where you are in life.
Who comes first in a woman's life?
I'm extremely disappointed. Hold on, we're going to listen to that one more time.
Who comes first in a woman's life? Dad, husband, baby daddy, or son?
I can't believe this.
Son?
I want baby daddy.
Son? I will hope your son.
Yes, definitely
I will hope your
son.
child.
Definitely son.
Yeah.
Okay.
First,
Alright.
Yeah.
first is your dad. Then you get husband. Then once you have the son, it's the son.
That
Okay.
takes precedence. Yeah.
And the other stuff is out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
other
that's
stuff's
that's
out.
the life order.
Yeah.
Song number
gotcha.
2 is
Once you have that
husband.
son, it's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. Depending on where you are in life.
This right here is yet more proof that at some point, the parents failed the children. At some point, they lost the plot. What do you mean your son comes first before your husband? No one who actually has a husband who feels respected and cared for can agree with this. It makes absolutely no sense. And there's no way people in the comment section could agree with this. Top comment here says both of them single. Yup. Somebody responded back to that and said, and so are you, Mr. Clean? Another man here commented, meanwhile, the government sitting back saying mission accomplished. Right. The family structure has completely been dismantled when it comes to certain family lineages. Completely dismantled. There's no reason why a child should come before your wife or husband. They shouldn't. And here's why people don't understand this, right? Because they've lost the natural cycle of life. They've lost the natural progression of how things are supposed to play out. If you knew and understood and also believed that when your daughters would get older, that when your sons would get older, they would leave. Your daughters would find husbands if they could. And your sons would take on wives and wouldn't become your son husbands. And if you are thinking to yourself, well, everyone I know is not married, right? They weren't able to get a husband. Then you would obviously think, of course, let me keep my kids first because my kids will most likely never get married. And so we'll just stick together and this man can leave me at any time. Right there, you've messed the whole cycle of relationships and families. Somebody else who says they're screaming, they're single. Here's somebody else who added, why is baby daddy even on there to begin with? Yeah. Somebody else who says the same reason baby mama feel entitled. Another person who says, I was so confused by that. Here's somebody else who says, son, any other answer is wrong. What? I take it you're not married. She says married for 21 years and a mother. Again, we have a liar here. We either have a liar or a very miserable man. I'm telling you, how can your son come first? And you know what's funny? She didn't say children come first. She said son. She said son. Why? Because she looks at that man or that young man like that's her other husband. This woman says husband always. Somebody else who says if you don't put the husband first, the home will crumble. Yeah. Husband, son, and dad. Oh, good. Shout out to you, Shamika. Shamika gets it. Shout out to Shamika. Speaking facts. Yes.
Who comes?
Wouldn't be surprised if she's married. See what else we have here. Wait a minute. Where is God in this equation? One God, two husband or wife. Children's scripture says we are to leave mom and father. This is true, right? And I get it. It's tough for people who identify as Christian and believe in God to think that other people can have healthy marriages and not identify as Christians, right? Or believe in God. I've talked about this before. If it was up to most Christians, they wouldn't bless other people with good marriages if they respect the natural laws of relationships. What do I mean? The same way that non-believers can improve their health while eating right and lose weight, God allows them to be blessed. I'm just glad that you're not God, or neither am I, right? The scriptures say God allows the rain to fall on the just and unjust.
Who comes first?
Mm-hmm.
Your mama, your wife, your serious significant other, or your daughter,
mm-hmm. Baby girl. Mm-hmm. Third, mom's on the back burner. I feel like any mom that really supports their son, daughter, whatever, if you said anything other than that, you're not really doing what she trained you to do, and which is raise your daughter and take care of your wife. Mm-hmm. And then second, that's tough. That's tough. But it depends. I think that one depends on the scenario.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely wife then daughter. Happy wife, happy life. But
wife then daughter, as in.
I had so much faith. The crazy thing is I actually agree with the wife first, but it's a happy wife, happy life. Come on, dog. Really? We had so much faith.
Son, your husband, or your dad?
Let me tell you something. My husband.
He's number one?
He's number one.
Who's number two?
My child.
Uh-oh. We've got the Christian Dior chick here, Miami BBL queen, who gets it.
And then your dad?
But then my dad, yes.
Why your dad last, though?
My dad would be first if I wasn't married.
She gets it.
Okay. So, even if you're married, why him last?
Because my mama got him.
She gets it.
Okay.
My mama got him. I don't have to hold him down.
Wow.
My mom's solid.
But he's your dad, though.
He's my dad, but my mom's 100 and she's 15 years younger than my daddy. I should never have to take care of my daddy.
It's on her type shit.
It's on her. And she's a Scorpio and she holds it down. My mom.
Oh, okay, we're losing it. We're losing her.
Lost her virginity to my daddy.
Oh,
They've been together for 50 years.
Okay.
So they doing what they supposed to.
Let's see what the comments have to say here. Some top comment says, nobody's above the kids. Miss K. Miss K doesn't have a man.
What comes first?
Nobody's above the kids. Somebody else who says, never choosing no one over my kids or children. If you've ever wondered why men don't want to be stepfathers, the men don't want to be the man that stepped up, then you're seeing exactly why. These chicks will be honest. If you let them talk long enough, as you know, they will be honest. That's not how it's supposed to be. Run far away from the chicks who sit there and say no one will come before my kids. My father used to have this joke. He would joke around with us, his children, and say, you guys are great and all. We love you, but you're just blessings. He would say, children are just blessings. And he was being funny when he said that. But what he meant, which he meant wholeheartedly, is he used to say to my mom, we used to hear him joke around like this. He says, babe, one day these kids are going to leave you. And it's just going to be me. And he was right. They have a great relationship. But I also moved away from my family before I got married and stayed away. Right? I spend way more time with my family, as I should. And what my dad used to joke about and tell my mother is now the reality of her life. Understand that me and my mother, there are few women who I'm closer with outside of my wife than my mother. Right? Amazing. I lucked out on a mom. I lucked out. Amazing mother. I can't remember any one time I had my mother say something to me to bring me down. With that being said, when it was time to let go, it was difficult, but she had to let go. And I had to go and create my own family and build away from her. And to these chicks, these are the type of women who they think they know how life is going to turn out. And when their sons go and marry and move on, what do? They raise hell. Moving on. So this topic I think is interesting. It says Ruby Rose trauma dumps about ex-DDG talking her into doing OnlyFans and consequences she's been facing. Now I have to keep doing it. And is this surprising? Right? If you don't know who Ruby Rose is, she is an Instagram model / OnlyFans adult content creator. And without fail, we have a chick who started OnlyFans selling her body online visually for money, and she can't seem to take responsibility and has to blame somebody else other than herself. In this case, she's chosen her ex, DDG. What I also think is surprising is she's having this conversation with Bobby Althoff. And I don't know if you guys remember who Bobby Althoff is, but when I play this video, it's going to jog your memory. You're going to see. And Bobby Althoff sounds like she's considering starting an OnlyFans. This whole thing seems like some type of a PR stunt of her justifying doing what she's about to do. Because if she just came out with an OnlyFans, people would say, oh, you're desperate. We know that our podcast pretty much went down the toilet. And this may be her way to make her millions, right? When all fails for modern women, what do? They take clothes off. OnlyFans is a reliable source of income for modern women. Let's check it out.
My trauma dump is I was talked into doing OnlyFans by my ex. And, you know, like it was cool for the first couple of years, but now it's like I have to keep doing it too. So I kind of like relate to you in that way. And it's just like definitely like put a damper on my reputation. But, you know, it's a choice I made and I'm just going to stick it out.
How much do you think I would make if I started an OnlyFans?
A ton. Like you probably, if it ever like, I mean, I don't see anything ever dwindling down, but
just hop on. People say that all the time. They're like, you'd probably make a lot if you just, I don't think what do you do on that?
I do whatever my supporters want me to do.
Pictures,
videos, voice notes, messages.
Really?
Yeah.
How much do you make a month?
It depends. You know, good month, bad month.
On like a horrible month, what would you make?
A horrible month? Probably like $400,000.
$400,000. This is a lot of money.
My trauma dump is
okay, I wish I need to do that.
And you would do I don't like talking. I know you would never do it anyways, but I don't like to tell like people or influence people to do it. But the reason why you would succeed is because you give like innocent, but you're probably freaky as.
No.
Yeah.
What would I even post? There's no.
Just
do people?
Like what you post on your Instagram.
Notice how she says she doesn't like to tell other women to do it, probably because she feels guilty. Like all these chicks know, they're like, we're selling our bodies, right? We're selling our bodies to men for money. It's a bit shameful, but the money justifies what we're about to do. And sounds like Bobby Althoff there is seriously considering this.
Like honestly,
really?
Like you like being in like doing a little.
Oh my gosh,
soft
that's
work.
crazy and But you said it messes with your image.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like that?
For sure. And especially like in my relationships, I feel like, you know, like
yeah.
Guys probably don't take me as serious because I'm an OnlyFans girl type of thing.
Yeah,
Probably.
I will say though that as someone like not, I guess I don't know, when I heard of you and stuff, it's never even, I don't associate you with OnlyFans really? And I can't be the only
Stop.
one.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, some people do.
I just associate you with like being on Instagram, but I don't have, okay.
She's over here lying to her. Who does not associate freaking Ruby Rose with OnlyFans and taking her clothes off? That's insane. She's just being nice. We get it. She's just being nice. There's a sense of shame having this conversation. This is selling your soul to some extent. And the question is, are you willing to do it? Do you want to be a former shell of yourself? And we all know where this is headed. How old is, let's talk to Miss Coffee, because I don't know how old Ruby Rose is. Chances are she's still in like the mid-20s era. And when she gets to about 27, 28, we're going to get the tearful-eyed video of I wish I could go back. I wish I never did it. Miss Coffee, how old is Ruby Rose?
Ruby Rose was born on March 20th, 1986, which makes her 38 years old as of now, 2024.
No. Nah, that can't be true. R-U-B-I, not R-U-B-Y.
Apologies for the earlier confusion.
Right.
You're referring to Ruby Rose, the American rapper and model known for her presence on platforms like OnlyFans. She was born on October 2nd, 1997, which makes her 27 years old as of today.
27 years old. That sounds about right. Yeah, 27. And could it be that this is the beginning, right? You heard her there trauma dumping about, my ex made me do it. Okay. Whatever it takes, right? But yeah, it's coming. It sounds like it's around the corner. It's closer than we thought.
Thank you. I actually double checked before our interview if you did OnlyFans because I was not sure if that was.
Really? Yeah. I don't get butt naked on it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you're not.
Something.
It's not.
Not like
porn.
No porn. No.
Just partly naked.
No. I don't get.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I would that way.
What would you do if a sex tape was leaked of you?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure I'd be very devastated and very sad, but I know it would look probably very amazing, but still I'd be very devastated and seeing somebody.
I can't believe on a bad month you make 400. That's why you're so adorable, because you're just so stress-free with that money.
There's still stress.
There is, yeah.
Of course, because the more money you make, the more bills you have.
That's true. The more I talk to you, the more I'm like, I should just start an OnlyFans. Ruby saying she makes $400,000 on OnlyFans in a bad month is unbelievable.
I'm telling you guys, she's the next one.
I feel like people can talk whatever shit they want, but that is a lot of money and does have me thinking. Do you still get brand deals and stuff?
Yeah, I have a deal with Price Picks.
Okay.
But, I make so much money, it's like, if it don't make sense, like, if you're not paying me what I want to be paid, like, I can take a picture and get paid $50,000. So it's like, if I'm not...
From one person?
No. Like,
just from posting it on?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like, it has to be worth it.
I feel like people can talk whatever shit they want.
So when you do these, is a part of you thinking that it'll boost specifically OnlyFans numbers? Like, I imagine a large part of our audience will be like,
my main, this is where I'm at. Like, my shit grows every month. Like, it's going to do what it does regardless. Like, but also like me as my Instagram, my Twitter, my everything, because all that shit, it goes in tandem. So like, it just, like, of course I would hope it. I mean, my main focus isn't my OnlyFans. It's really like social media in general. Like, and I gotta keep my shit going.
Yeah.
Like,
so again, I'm back to the question of like, rapper first, social media star first.
I don't want to be known as an OnlyFans.
It's too late. It's too late. That's what you're known for. Guys, you hear the shame in the voice. Guys, you see there's a hint of, I don't want to be known as this thing. That's what you're known for. You know what that's like? That's like me saying, I'm going to get back to my music career. You guys know I used to write music. If you go far enough on my YouTube channel, you see even sessions of me writing music. I'm a singer-songwriter, right? I pursued that for a long time. I was in bands, recorded a few albums. It's something I've enjoyed to do. But that's not what I'm known for. No matter what I do at this point, it'd have to be something extremely, extremely overshadowing of what I currently do to be known for anything different. You've got to accept the branding and digital footprint that you've created. You are known for OnlyFans, Ruby Rose. That's just the truth.
Sex worker, like, no, thank you, please, guys.
But
I do music. Like, that's what makes the most money is my OnlyFans.
So
but I do other things. Like, my main focus isn't that.
So how did you
delusion?
I started OnlyFans.
So when you do these, is a part of you decision? Yeah, to
in
start
2020 during COVID, during the pandemic.
For what reason? Because
my ex did it. DDG. He started it first, and he told me to do it.
Oh, he got a kid.
He did. Congratulations to them. And yeah. So
how does
anyway,
that make you feel?
I love children, and he has been wanting a child, so I think that's lovely for them.
But no
ill feelings. Absolutely not. It's a baby.
So he convinced you, right?
Yeah, he was like Like people had been telling me to do it because I would like twerk on Instagram for fun already.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I did that, dropped out of college and moved to LA. And my life has just been like going up since.
What have you been buying? That's a lot of money. $1 million a month? Surely you're spending it on some dope shit.
I've bought a couple houses, some cars for myself and my friends and my family, and just like property. Like I'm very frugal. Like we're all three sleeping in the same bed at the hotel together.
No way.
We're flying Frontier home. Like
Decision. Yeah.
Yeah. Teary video coming. One thing I've learned, especially when I address celebrities' issues when it comes to their perspective on their career path and family and relationships, I've learned that most people want family. Now, if you don't want it in the sense of a relationship or marriage, you at least want friends around. You at least want somebody, right? You can be single and still have at least one person you're cool with. And I don't think we're meant to be alone in the sense of not having a brother to talk to. Same thing with a lot of these chicks. It's different for them because for them, when they do something like OnlyFans, we always see a turnaround of I ruin my reputation and men will never take me seriously. What I hope is women look at this and like, this is real. I hope that men cannot play around with the idea of dating a chick who does this type of work or being with somebody who does the softer core version of this, which is posting provocative pictures that are too revealing online, you know? Yeah. Even the lifestyle of just chasing women as a man, eventually you end up wanting more from life than just that.
This is why I do solo trips. I'm about to play the video, but this woman decided to destroy a vendor's stuff or like throw it all into the ocean because she didn't get enough change back. Don't scroll, I'm about to play. All up in that man's stuff and everything else.
For the life of me, I will never understand going to a different country, acting up while you're in that country and not expecting consequences to follow.
That karma hit her real quick though, fell in that water. This happened in DR, and then basically her and a group of friends paid for pineapple drinks, I guess. Well, because she didn't get enough change back or any change back, she proceeded to hop on their stuff.
That's crazy.
And start throwing all their items into the ocean, destroying things, even looking like she about to get on the vendor himself. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was common knowledge. If you don't go exchange your money and you giving a third world country US dollars, do not really expect any change back. Not to mention all the folks saying, oh, I would have crashed out too. Y'all love trying to crash out in other countries. Y'all keep thinking it's sweet in other countries. Swear, can't do group trips, bro. You will not have me in jail with you, bro. Please, keep all the ghetto stuff in America. I'm begging you, bro. God forbid, she might be in jail right now. Who knows? She wild, bro.
Let's just go straight to the comment section, man. Top comment here says, the video host is telling us that we're supposed to be okay with extortion in another country. She didn't handle it correctly, but no, they stole her money. Yeah, you know, this is one of those situations, guys. There's certain situations, because here's what's going to happen. You go off, you do that in Dubai. You go off, you do that in one of these countries that really does not tolerate this at all. And now you're begging for political and national intervention to come rescue you. Then when people see the video of you acting up, no one cares. Even in the States, acting up like that, while is still more tolerated, for whatever reason, people think that there should be tolerated. You still are going to be held accountable if you go into a store or McDonald's and they give you the wrong change and you're arguing back and forth and maybe they miscalculated it and you get into some sort of altercation, start breaking stuff, you're still going to get held accountable for that. This is why I always say, man, understand who people are who don't think straight. Understand who people are who insist on walking and going through life uncaffeinated. And when you hear them making bad decisions, you look, you observe, you take notes, you make sure your life does not reflect that, and you keep it pushing. Somebody else here says, grown women acting like a child. Another person who says, stereotypes write themselves. Here's somebody else who says, she was mad because they didn't have EBT. Yo, come on. Here's somebody else who says, her change was probably like $3. Here's somebody else who says, I can't stand this type of behavior. The most disappointing thing about this situation was the next video here was actually a woman defending this.
In this video, this lady crashing out and throwing all these pineapples into the ocean. Now, I was a little befuddled too, like, what is going on with this, right? But then I looked through the comments, everybody just calling her ghetto, 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 ghetto. Y'all is way too classy for me. You're way too classy, because as I'm reading through the comments, I'm like, what done happened? Somebody replied to me and said they done took her $50. I'm sorry, y'all, but, you know, I guess I am the crash out friend too, because if somebody take my money, I'm not finna be classy and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about that. No, I'm finna turn up. Now it's time to turn up. You took it low, now it's time for me to take it to hell. Okay? Now, if it was a man doing that too, y'all would have laughed, because you know who else does that all the time? Aaron the plumber. I love Aaron the plumber. I actually love when he crashes out every time.
Yeah, Aaron the plumber's crashing out on TV shows, and Aaron the plumber has this sort of brand attached to what he does. Trust and believe Aaron the plumber is calculated with how he's moving out here. Right? He obviously knows how to bring entertainment through his personality and situations. Now, for me personally, I don't, watch the Zeus Network and whatnot, but I laughed at a lot of those videos because a lot of those videos were funny. And if I remember correctly, I think he said on a certain clip that they told him to bring entertainment. We're talking about real life. You're out there in real life, raising havoc in another country. Come, just stop.
Time is justifiable. I feel like this lady crashing out throwing the pineapples in the ocean because somebody took her money is justifiable. How y'all policing how people react to stuff? You hit me, get ready to fight. I'm not gonna be, oh my God, what are you doing? We're about to fight. It's time to fight now. As you let anything slide, some people ain't here to be played with. And I guess I was raised up by like Gen X parents, and here's the thing, don't start with me because I'm going to finish it. We are going to go all the way.
Let me tell you guys something. People operate in the existence of cops who don't exist, where they don't file lawsuits and call police whenever they get into situations. Avoid them at all costs as well. Avoid them at all costs as well. Every real man should be prepared to and willing to fight if he has no other choice. If you push him there, he will. But a lot of the stuff that I see people crash out over, to me, is just a phone call away. Hey, this man over here stole my $50. He's running a business. Because she's talking about this like, oh, this would be how she would react in the States as well. Ridiculous. Call the police. I will. Faster than that situation will move to a climax. Oh, yes. Chisha Zed calls the police quickly. Lawsuits and everything else that comes along with it.
Way down up in there. We finna get nasty with it. She acting like that because somebody stole from her. That's why. I thought that was like a simple answer to a question. I felt like anyways, like somebody stole from you and then you act up in response. Why is that crazy? I'm also not the person either that will let nobody say nothing crazy to me and then sit there and pull out my phone and we finna record it to put you online. No, you said something crazy, I'm either gonna A, say something real crazy bad to where you start crying, or B, we're gonna go ahead and fight now, because that's obviously what you had wanted to do. You wanted to fight, right? So let's do it. Go.
Another thing, gentlemen, these are also another version of chicks who you should just not. You don't want to be worried about your wife out there fighting people, bro. Like the idea that you have a woman who's just ready to turn up and fight at the drop of a hat. To get you in situations, get you in trouble, separate yourself from the confusion and chaos.
To the lady who was out in Punta Cana, I'm saying that right? Punta Cana? Punta Cana. Are you not embarrassed? You're not embarrassed that you were crashing out over some fruit? Over some pineapples? Like, I would seriously be so embarrassed if at my big ripe age somebody caught me on video, on camera, in 24K of me crashing out over some pineapple because it was overpriced. You pay for it, keep it pushing. It is what it is. You win some and you lose some. It's vacation. It is okay. It's okay. Money comes back around. Chill. I just feel like it was never that deep. Like, there's just no way you would ever find a sane person crashing out over an overpriced piece of fruit. Shawty had no decorum, no class, no nothing. You are in another country, girl. Like, you don't just be acting like that outside of the country. This ain't home. And even if it was, you're black. You can't act that kind of way over something that minuscule.
I agree with everything this lady's saying. 100%.
From what she was saying in the video, it seemed as if she was upset that they overpriced her over a pineapple. I feel like as black women, we should just know we shouldn't be doing certain things because the narrative is always going to be ghetto. It's always going to be ratchet. I don't know. It was just never that deep. And then what was even more embarrassing is like your exiting scene. You fell right in the water. I would be laughing at you. Not only did I scam you for some change, but now you're acting a fool and you're falling inside the water. Can't get up. Can't get into the boat. I'm just at a loss for words, honestly.
Top comment here says 300 peso is like $4 US. So she was fighting over $4 apparently. It says, is it $50 or $4? I'm going to believe it's 50. Somebody else who says she literally in jail right now. Good. Another person here says it's giving she went out of the country with $100 US and expected it to last. Somebody else who says everybody's saying they overcharged her card and be a grown adult and dispute it instead of acting like a baboon, embarrassing everyone. Here's somebody else who says, are people not afraid of digital footprint? No. Nope. Somebody else who says, I saw that. She was arrested. Apparently she got arrested, huh? Hold on.
Story time of the girl throwing the pineapples in the water. This part 2. I don't know if y'all seen part 1, but basically in part 1, I was just telling y'all like I was up on a boat. We was drinking pineapple daiquiris. They overcharged the girl. Just go watch part 1, but I'm about to tell y'all part 2. So basically, she hopped her happy-go-lucky ass off the yacht onto the little bar cart they got in the water where they serving the daiquiris at. And she like, I'm not finna play with y'all. Like, before they started recording, she like, I'm not finna play with y'all. Give my money back. Give my money back right now. And the man, he's like, I don't understand. I did nothing wrong. I don't understand. And she like, she don't care about none of that. So she started grabbing the pineapples, throwing all the pineapples, throwing all the liquor, throwing all the stuff. And, you know, she just started throwing all the shit and then she jumped off. And as she jumped off, she jumped into the water. Like, all of us was trying to grab her and then she fall into the water. So mind y'all, everybody like, where this girl at? Why she not doing a story time? Her ass is locked up in Punta Cana. Y'all cannot be going out of country showing y'all. Like, y'all can't be doing that. Like, she locked up. Like, I done called. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to kind of help the friends and see what we can all do. And they like, it's just nothing. She just sitting. Like, somebody from the U.S. got to go get her, like the governor or something. You cannot go out of country showing your ass, especially not over no little bit of money. Like, I told her, I was like, just call American Express and get your money back. She like, nah, G, I can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. I can't go outside. I can't go outside. And I'm just like, just call your bank. But I'm about to post the whole footage of when the cops got there and everything, the video. I'm about to post all that right now. So just go.
Damn. Okay, shout out to this dude. Where is it at? Okay. It's okay. Yeah, this is it. I searched it. Punta Cana jail. Yep. Punta Cana. Let's look up female. Oh, shoot. It's the female. She's going to have a good time. Right up in there. Oh, shoot. No, that's not. That's different. Yep. Yeah. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Yes. Listen, of course, I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you always for checking out another episode of The Coffee Bot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace. Shit.